is I'm having some problems with my girlfriend. She's 17, by the way, and the boy who's writing is 18. And I hope you can help me. We got together about 6 weeks ago. Before that, she was with an abusive guy who used to call her names, attempt to hit her and generally control her life. I've liked her for a while and she's liked me back too. But nothing happened due to her being with this guy. They broke up for a week or so a few months back and we hung out, got to know each other, and I thought it was going somewhere positive. But she got back together with him again. Whoops. And I kind of gave up on her. But she broke up with him for good about 2 months ago. So that'd be 8 weeks ago. So that'd be 2 weeks before you two got together 6 weeks ago. Right, alright, just checking. It's a long distance as I'm at university. She came down this weekend to stay with me for about 4 days. We slept in my single bed together. Glamorous. And we had sex, went out for a meal, did the whole boyfriend-girlfriend thing. We had sex about 10 times, and for the first 2 days it was great, but the next 2 days she became very distant and was barely speaking to me. She said it wasn't anything to do with me, it's just the fact she can't handle being with someone for that extended period of time. Should I be worried? I really love her, it would crush me if I lost her. Or am I over-dramatising this whole issue? No, you're not. You're under-dramatising this, sweetheart. Seriously, she sounds like she's got a few issues to work through. If she's just got out of an abusive relationship, 2 weeks is not enough recovery time. It is wonderful that you love her. I think that's gorgeous. But she really does have some serious stuff to work through. If she got back together with the abusive guy, etc., etc., and she's been maintaining you as plan B for a while, you know, this is a bad news situation. You could really get hurt. You need to make it clear to her that although you love her, you're prepared to be patient and understanding, she has to treat you with respect as well while she works through her stuff. So, yeah, look, long distance is hard enough as it is. I don't want to be Miss Doom and Gloom here, but this is a tough situation. It's going to take a lot of work for it to be okay. A lot. And she's going to have to do that work. What I will say about the whole 4 days intense thing and clamming up for the second 2 days, to go from not being together and then suddenly being together being together 24/7 for 4 days, like, that would be a bit much for anyone, especially in a single bed. So after 2 days, I think that most people would find that a bit intense and claustrophobic, especially if you haven't spent that sort of time together before. Thanks, Flash, that was amusing. Flash managed to get stuck in an envelope. That was good. So I would suggest next time not 4 days together, or have other separate activities to do if you're going to spend that kind of time together, so that it's not all really, really intense. But be careful, sweetheart. Be really, really careful here. You're with somebody who's been in an abusive situation and may not know how to look after herself or your heart. So yeah, just be really careful, okay? I've got one here that I like. It's more like fan mail than a question. I really like your videos, lots of good advice. In a recent one you mentioned you were single and you were having bad luck with guys and dates and stuff. Have you thought about trying a date with a woman? Men really do suck after all, and it does take a woman to understand a woman. Well, I have tried dating women. I've had a lot of lovely lesbian friends and some of them have been gorgeous, wonderful companions. But I have to admit, as much as I believe that our sexuality is flexible, I haven't met the right woman yet that's managed to turn me. So, yeah. So thank you anyway. It is the first time anyone's asked so politely online. So points to you for that. Okay. Alright. Another one was why do women who have anal sex get more orgasms? And then I've got a link to the article which pretty much explains exactly why they think the stats end up going that way. My first thought was that it's a psychological thing, that women who are into having anal sex are probably less inhibited and probably more comfortable with getting into it all. But I then read this entire article, which is quite long, and we'll put a link up for you. And yeah, they come up with that and numerous other theories. But basically, no, women who have anal sex don't necessarily have more orgasms, it's just the way the stats skew, alright? So it's not the anal sex itself necessarily. But you know, everyone's different and everyone responds to different things, so you know, don't count anything out. And as for another question about being normal, hi Mistress M, I'd really prefer if this were anonymous. That's the only way we do things here, kids. We never say who you are. So I've just got a question about how loose is too loose. One of my male friends recently talked to me about how amazing it is to be with a girl who's tight. My boyfriend and I are having sex. We were previously virgins and it was the same issue then. And there are no complaints. But I'm his first sexual experience, so he hasn't got much to compare to. I'm terrified that I'm too loose. When it comes to fingering, I'm usually around 3 fingers. My male friend usually only uses 1 or 2, and apparently guys can tell if a girl is too loose. Kegel's exercise is worth practicing, and is 3 fingers abnormal? No, it's not abnormal. There are women out there who like being fisted, and they still have tight vaginal muscles, okay? This is a load of bollocks perpetuated by men out there just making women feel shit about their sexuality again. Yes, you should practice your Kegel exercises, but that's because it makes orgasms better. Keeps your pelvic floor tight, and so later on when you do get pregnant and all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. Look, if your friend's only using 1 or 2 fingers to penetrate and finger, well, I'm just wondering, maybe he's just not turning them on enough so they can't actually accommodate any more than that. Because that's part of what goes on, is that when you get more turned on, you're able to accommodate more girth. I remember being backstage at Sexpo one year and Shayla Laveau was getting dressed for her strip show. Now she inserts 3 meters of pearls up her before she goes on stage to then pull them out. Now, she had to dress for that. She can't just shove them up there unannounced. She actually had to get herself turned on, and her boyfriend turned her on backstage before she was able to get all those pearls up there. So your little friend with his little judgment on women who are too loose and too tight, bugger off, is what I've got to say to him. So that's all I've got to say on that tonight. So everybody, there's not abnormal. There are differences. We're all different, but there's no normal or abnormal. You should feel good about yourselves, unless it's hurting, unless it's making you uncomfortable. If you're feeling good and feeling okay, then please enjoy yourself and your sexuality. Respect yourself, respect each other, touch yourself, and yes, practice the Kegel. Go for it. It really does make life better. Yeah, be good to each other. Bye for now.